Access your free language gifts right now, before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Movies and TV Shows Cheat Sheet. Want to be able to talk about your favorite shows and films? This conversation cheat sheet teaches you 50+ words and phrases to help you do just that. Second, the Ultimate Listening Video Master Course. How are your listening skills? Sharpen them up with this video master course. Download it right now. Third, 20 phrases you'll need for the doctor. Learn how to schedule appointments, talk about your symptoms, and much more. This 1-minute lesson gives you 20 must-know phrases. Fourth, want to be able to handle everyday tasks in your target language, like sending and receiving mail? Then this next 1-minute lesson is for you. You'll learn most of the words and phrases you'll need at the post office. Fifth, learn how to impress native speakers with this 1-minute lesson. Learn how to give natural compliments, like "the food is delicious" and "this is a beautiful country." Sixth, free language learning audiobooks. Get free access to our huge library of beginner-level audiobooks. Save them to your device and listen and learn. They're yours to keep forever. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get 51% off all basic, premium, and premium plus plans with our special Black Friday deal. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Some very basic words, some foundations. So let's get started with the words. Hey, hello. Very basic, simple. You say hey. It works for everybody, whoever you meet. You say hey and they will probably respond with another hey back to you. God morgon. Good morning. Bit more formal, nice and polite for the mornings. Means the same as in English, means good morning. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. Same, polite and nice, but of course used in the afternoon. And again, it's the same meaning as in English. It means good afternoon. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. God natt. Good night. Most of the time it's used for when you're going to sleep. So when you wish someone a nice night, good night's sleep, this is what you say. Vad heter du? What's your name? Very easy. We're not that formal in Sweden, so and again it's the same meaning word by word. It means what's your name? You ask what someone is called. Jag heter Hanna. I'm Hannah. Meaning is just my name is Hannah, and I do of course recommend you to not say Hannah but use your own name instead. It might get a bit weird if you just copy my name. Unless your name is Hannah, of course. Trevligt att träffas. Nice to meet you. Same meaning as in English. Again, always you can use this when you meet someone, like when you introduce yourself. But you can also use it when you say goodbye and you want to tell them that it was nice getting to know them, nice meeting them. First time or every time. So there's no wrong time for using this one when you want to tell someone that it was nice seeing them. Hur mår du? How are you? Nice and easy short phrase. Sometimes in Sweden we do respond like, oh, it's all good, even though it's not. And sometimes if you know someone closer, they probably give you a more thorough explanation, tell them a bit more about what's going on in their life. So this can either be just a polite phrase or when you sincerely mean to, find out more about what's going on in someone's life. Jag mår bra tack. Och du? I'm fine thanks. And you? Yeah, so maybe this is the polite version of the answer if everything is good, or if everything is good. So this is just the most common way to respond if someone asks you like, what's going on? It's all good. I don't want to go too deep into whatever is going on in your life. but it's nice and polite. And of course it ends with asking someone back how they are. Snälla, please. In Swedish we use this word snälla. It's the meaning of snäll is nice, kind. And sometimes we use the word for thanks instead, like in the end of the sentence, like, can you pass me the salt, please? We say tack, thanks, instead of this word. But you can swap them. You can use either of the two, and it's still going to be a nice way of asking someone to maybe help you or answer a question or something. Tack, thank you. Here we go with this word, tack, thank you, or thanks. I would say that it's more like thanks. It's the short, nice, not very formal way of just saying thanks. I think maybe this is the most useful word in any language. Don't you think? Like every time if someone helps you with the door or something, you can thank them. And that's one of the first things for me, at least, that I want to learn how to say in a language. Thank people for helping me. Varsågod. You're welcome. Maybe you help someone sometimes and they say thank you for helping them, holding a door or something. I guess in almost every country it's like the norm that you, maybe if someone is carrying a lot of stuff or someone elderly walks by, you hold the door for them. And in Sweden, if they say thank you, you reply with this phrase for you're welcome. So, varsågod. You're welcome. Ja. Yes. It's just yes, you know. When you want to say, you can add the yes please, ja tack. But it's just yes, easy. Nej. No. Also, nej, short and easy, is just the word to say no. You can add the politer version, say no thanks, then you just say nej tack. So this is actually fun. You can combine the words in this lesson a lot to create more polite sentences. Okay. Okay. So this one you kind of already knew if you know the English version. And I've heard that okay is one of the most common words in the world these days. It's used in a lot of languages, almost the same pronunciation, almost the same spelling as well. So, okay, that one always works. Ursäkta mig. Excuse me. For when you want to maybe walk by someone is standing in your way, like maybe accidentally blocking a door or something, you just want to politely ask them if you can step by or if they could move to the side, then you use this one. Also, if you want to get attention, you use this, like, excuse me, to get some attention. Maybe in a restaurant or something like that. Förlåt. Sorry. Maybe almost as useful as knowing how to say thanks. You can say this, I'm sorry. And this is maybe more on an emotional level than the phrase for excuse me. It's a bit similar to English there too, I think, that you use. This is more like serious, maybe deeper level. Maybe you hurt someone, or it doesn't have to be like that super emotional, but maybe you accidentally hurt someone. Then you say sorry. Vad är klockan? What time is it? So in Sweden we don't use the AM PM, but we use the 1, 2, 3, 4, then we say 13, 14, 15 hours for the afternoon time. And so that's also a good thing to remember when asking about time, that maybe someone will tell you, oh, it's 14, then they actually mean 2 p.m. So that's a good fact to have when you ask for the time, so that you understand what they tell you. Var är toaletten? Where is the restroom? Good one to know, you all. I guess you've sometimes been somewhere and you really needed a restroom. I think that's like part of being human. And then asking for it in the right language can actually be crucial not to have an accident. So actually, as you might have heard when I said it, it's quite similar to the word toilet. So toilet. So you can probably use toilet and get around, but it's always good to know how to ask for this. Vänta ett ögonblick. Wait a moment. Maybe in a restaurant or in a store, if you order something or buy something, they just need to, fix something before they can help you. Then this is what they will tell you, to just wait a moment. And hopefully it's just a moment and not longer. Hur mycket kostar det här? How much is this? So except for getting food, maybe the next thing you need to solve when you're traveling is to buy some things, do some shopping. And then, of course, in Sweden we don't haggle, so when you ask for the price, you'll get what you're expected to pay. There are a few exceptions to this, like a few markets where you can haggle and discuss the price, but most places it's just fixed. So when you ask for it, you'll get the answer you need. Kan jag få notan, tack? Could I get the check, please? This is for asking to pay. In a restaurant, you can just raise your hand and ask for the check and you'll be able to pay. Kan jag få notan, tack? Could I get the check, please? Hjälp. Help. I hope you don't have to use this one anytime at all, because it might mean that you're in a tricky situation. But if you do end up in one, it's of course useful to be able to scream for help. Quite similar to the English one, hjälp. So you just hjälp, and hopefully someone will run over and help you with whatever it is that you're getting yourself into. Actually, Swedes can be a bit, maybe they won't approach you if you look like you don't need help. So if you pretend that you're okay. So it's actually good to ask for it if you need it. Vi ses senare. See you later. This is, it can either mean that you will see each other later, but you can also just use it to be nice, hope to see you later, but you just say see you later as if you will actually see them, but it's kind of a nice way of saying that you hope to see them later. So, vi ses senare. Or, as you would usually say, actually in Swedish you would say vi ses sen. Sen, instead of senare. So that's a shorter version. A bit more of slang, but you can maybe start with the correct one. Hej då. Goodbye. Short and easy, a version of the hey that we used to say hello. You add a little part in the end, and you can use this for anyone. It's also doesn't matter if they are older or younger or anything like that. Use the same word. Top 25 Swedish verbs. Let's get started. Att vara. To be. Jag är trött på att vara singel. Jag är trött på att vara singel. I'm tired of being single. Just guessing, but I think this is a feeling most of us had sometime in our lives, unless you've been lucky enough to have a partner since, I don't know, forever. Maybe that's unlikely, so maybe you can recognize this feeling based on the verb to be. Att gilla, att tycka om. To like. Jag gillar dig. Jag tycker om dig. Jag gillar dig. Or jag tycker om dig. I like you. Liking is a very useful verb. I mean, in this sample, it's used about a person, but you can use it about anything you like. Food or places or anything. So, useful, basic verb. I hope you have a lot of things that you like about Sweden, so that you can use these words when you come over here. Att göra. To do. Vad ska du göra i helgen? Vad ska du göra i helgen? What are you going to do this weekend? In Sweden now it's Tuesday, so the weekend is still... we still have a few days before that, but since it's summer, I think for me I'm going to be outside a lot. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. I hope you have something fun planned as well. Att säga. To say. Säg till om du är ledig imorgon. Säg till om du är ledig imorgon. Tell me if you're free tomorrow. I guess this verb, to say, is also a very common one. To say or to speak, you can use the same Swedish verb for both of them. When someone speaks, well, there is another word for that as well. But this one works for speaking, saying, talking. Att säga. Att förklara. To explain. Kan du förklara hur tvättmaskinen fungerar? Kan du förklara hur tvättmaskinen fungerar? Could you explain how the washing machine works? I don't know if you've been traveling or been around, maybe you have had to use different washing machines, and at least for me I discovered that they can be really different. So I guess this sample sentence might actually be more useful than you might think at first sight if you come traveling here in Sweden. Always nice to be able to get some fresh laundry, right? Att höra. To hear. Jag hör ingenting konstigt. Jag hör ingenting konstigt. I can't hear anything strange. Did you hear anything strange? Right now I don't hear anything strange, but I heard some chickens before in this. There's a farm right next to where I'm standing, so there might be some strange animal sounds coming from over there. Att gå. To go. Vill du gå till affären nu eller senare? Vill du gå till affären nu eller senare? Do you want to go to the shop now or later? Att veta. To know. Vill du veta något intressant? Do you want to know something interesting? Of course I want to know something interesting. I don't know what people will tell you if you ask around for this, like, or what you would tell them. Maybe you have your special fun fact that would be your interesting thing. But I hope you have some kind of good story, something interesting to share. I would like to hear that story sometimes. Att ta. To take. Glöm inte att ta en bild. Glöm inte att ta en bild. Don't forget to take a picture. At least I'm not forgetting to shoot this video, I hope. I hope I'm still on. Yeah, I think I am. Don't forget to take a picture when you're traveling in Sweden, because it's super beautiful. Especially by the ocean, in the forest, I would say nature, everywhere. Att se. To see. Jag ska se den nya filmen på bio ikväll. Jag ska se den nya filmen på bio ikväll. I'm going to see the new movie at the cinema tonight. In summer, I don't go to the cinema that much because it's so nice outside. And I mean, in Sweden, we have daylight until very late at night in the summer. So I think for me, cinema is a winter activity, but can be super nice. So sometimes in the summer, I'm kind of looking forward to colder, darker days to go to the cinema, but not yet. Summer is still super nice over here. Att komma. To come. Du måste komma hem innan midnatt. Du måste komma hem innan midnatt. You have to come home before midnight. Well, if this is a rule for kids, I think midnight is quite late, but I guess for me, to be home before midnight when I'm about to work, it's like my rule. That's like the rule I set to myself. I have to be home before midnight to be able to get up and work in the morning. Maybe you have midnight or some other time, like that's your preferred time when you have to go to sleep. We're all different in our sleep cycles, I suppose. Att tänka. To think. Jag tänker på dig varje dag. Jag tänker på dig varje dag. I think about you every day. I'm not sure about you, like the person I'm watching through the screen right now, because I think I never met you. So it's hard to think about you every day. But I do certainly think about who's watching me on the other side right now. You or someone else. Att titta. To look. Titta på den där elefanten. Titta på den där elefanten. Look at that elephant. If you come to Sweden, you will not use this word, I mean the elephant, that much, because we don't really have many elephants, maybe in a zoo, but maybe you'll use this to look verb if you're lucky enough to see a moose, because we have those, and they're pretty cool as well. Not as big as elephants, but pretty cool animals. I hope you get to see one someday. Att vilja. To want. Vill du gå ut med mig imorgon? Vill du gå ut med mig imorgon? Do you want to go out with me tomorrow? Wait, not asking you right now because, like I said, I don't know who you are, and I'm actually busy tomorrow, but maybe some other time. Maybe I'll see you some other time, or you can use this for some other cool person that you meet. Att ge. To give. Glöm inte ge din mamma det här brevet. Glöm inte ge din mamma det här brevet. Don't forget to give your mom this letter. I don't know about you, but I do forget things sometimes. I guess it's one of the annoying things about being human, that you tend to forget things now and then, and it's really annoying. I hope you're better than me with not forgetting things. Att använda. To use. Vet du hur man använder DVD-spelaren? Vet du hur man använder DVD-spelaren? Do you know how to use the DVD player? I don't know about where you are, but in Sweden, DVD players are actually not that common anymore. So maybe you won't have to ask about how to use the DVD player, but how to use like a laptop or Netflix or something. But it's still a good verb. Att hitta. To find. Jag hittar inte mina nycklar. Jag hittar inte mina nycklar. I can't find my keys. I think we have all been in this situation sometimes. Like for me especially, it's right when I'm about to leave the house. I'm just gonna grab the last few things, put them in my bag and go. And that's when I can't find my keys. And of course they're usually in a very obvious place. I just have to run around and get really stressed, and then I find them. But it's super annoying. So should probably find a better spot right by the door where I can always leave my keys. I'll try to do that after shooting this video. Att gå ut. To go out. Ska vi gå ut och äta på söndag? Ska vi gå ut och äta på söndag? Should we go out to eat on Sunday? Sunday is actually a quite popular day to go to restaurants in Sweden because they're not as fully booked as Fridays and Saturdays, but it's still like a weekend and a bit of a luxury. So, pretty good sample sentence. I don't know about the rest of the world. Maybe it's similar. Maybe Sunday is a day when a lot of people go out to eat. I'm not sure. At least here in Sweden, that's the case. Att fråga. To ask. Fråga din mamma först. Fråga din mamma först. Ask your mom first. For me these days, I don't have to ask my mom that often, but sometimes I do. Like, for example, sometimes I still borrow her car, and then I'll have to ask her first. I guess throughout lives, we will always have these special situations to our mothers, and yeah, have to ask them things, like at least opinion sometimes. Att jobba. To work. Jobbar du hela helgen? Jobbar du hela helgen? Are you working the whole weekend? I hope you're not working the whole weekend. I'm usually not working during the weekend. Maybe like a little bit on Sunday if necessary, but most of the time I would not work during the week, and it's for pleasure, I think. Att gå in. To enter. Kan vi gå in i den här affären snabbt? Kan vi gå in i den här affären snabbt? Could we enter this shop quickly? Do you usually enter a shop quickly when you say you're supposed to? I'm actually one of the people who does. Like, I don't really like shopping or going to shops, so I try to be as fast as possible, but I know that some people say this and they're not super fast. You probably have friends like that who are like just gonna check something out in a shop and then they take like 1 hour. Maybe that's you, maybe it's someone you know. Att känna. To feel. Jag känner mig trött idag. Jag känner mig trött idag. I feel tired today. But I actually don't. I feel like I have a lot of energy being out here in the countryside. It's so beautiful, so I have a lot of energy. But some days I feel tired, you feel tired, I guess we all feel tired. Hope you're feeling very alert learning all the Swedish today though. Att lämna. To leave. Jag har lämnat min man. Jag har lämnat min man. I have left my husband. I haven't, but and I don't have one either. But maybe this is something you hear in movies a lot. I feel like I heard this in movies a lot. I don't know. But there are a lot of things you can leave, like your house or the train station or a cafe or whatever. Useful verb. Everywhere we go, we sooner or later have to leave, I guess. Att ringa. To call. Jag ringer upp dig snart. Jag ringer upp dig snart. I'll call you back soon. I heard that calling people is like less common these days because we do a lot of texting and writing. But to get like faster to a decision or something, I think it's always nicer to call and get a regular conversation instead of just writing back and forth. So att ringa, to call, useful. Att springa. To run. David springer snabbare än mig. David springer snabbare än mig. David runs faster than me. I was actually out running this morning in the beautiful surroundings here, but I don't know who David is. It's just a sample name in this case, but I didn't run super fast, so probably someone called David is a little bit faster than me.
Hey everyone! Welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the free lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to speak more of your target language, talking points for language learners. And today you're going to learn 1. What talking points are, 2. 5 talking points you can use to start conversations and maximize your speaking time, and 3. How to get our conversation cheat sheets so you can speak even more of your target language. And you'll find out how to get them for free. If you've always wanted to speak more in your target language, then this episode is for you. I'll get into this in just a bit. If you're like most language learners, then your number one goal is to speak more, right? You want to have fluent conversations with natives. It's a great goal to have. But for most language learners, speaking also happens to be their weakest skill. You may not know enough of the language to express yourself. You tend to run out of words and things to say. And you're just not sure how to start conversations. If you have at least one of these issues, then talking points are just what you need. Part 1. What's a talking point? A talking point is a topic that invites discussion or argument. In other words, just something to talk about. It could be about yourself, your work, your hobbies, the weather, food, or what you did this past weekend. All of these are talking points. Here's an example to help you better understand talking points. Think of a conversation you'd have with a friend. You can ask, "What did you do this weekend?" They'll reply and then ask you back, The talking point here is the weekend. Let's say your friend says they went to a restaurant. That's a natural talking point to explore next. You can ask, what kind of restaurants do you like? Now you've covered 2 talking points. The more talking points you have, the more you can speak. And the same goes for your target language. The only challenge is you need to know the relevant words and phrases for that topic. For example, if you want to talk about the weekend, you need to know phrases and questions like, what did you do this weekend? I did this. What about you? In the next part, you'll discover 5 easy talking points that you can master with our learning program. Let's get into part 2. Part 2, 5 talking points you can use. The first one is, learn how to introduce yourself in your target language. Why is this a powerful talking point? Introducing yourself is something you'll do again and again, every time you meet someone new. So learning the relevant phrases is a must. If you've done the first few lessons on our site, you can already do this. If not, then check out our absolute beginner lessons and the top 25 questions you must know lessons. You'll learn basic conversations with our quick 3 to 15-minute lessons. We'll give you the exact lines to use, along with the translations, so that you can use them in conversations. You can also use this talking point to continue a conversation. For example, if you've started with a different point, like the weather, then it makes sense to say, by the way, my name is. Talking point number 2, the weather. This is a universal talking point. People like to talk or complain about the weather all over the world. In fact, just saying, it's really nice today, is enough to start a conversation with a native speaker. If you want to talk about the weather, check out our can-do lesson pathway called Can Talk About Weather. You'll find this pathway in the absolute beginner level of our lesson library. Talking point number 3, compliments. Compliments are another great way to start a conversation or continue one. If you're running out of things to say, you can quickly transition and say something about their city, their country, or just, hey, I like your shirt. If you want to learn how to compliment, check out our compliments phrase list. This list is free to access for all users. If you don't know where to find it on our site, leave a comment in the comments below and we'll follow up. Point number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions or about the price and let the conversation go from there. These are very basic phrases that you learn in our survival phrases lessons. If you want to strike up a quick dialogue, this is a great talking point to use. Point number 5, learn phrases for transactions, like getting a room at a hotel, shopping, ordering food, or telling the taxi driver where to go. You may think that this isn't much of a talking point, but for the learners that are shy about talking to random native speakers for no reason, this is an easy way to start a dialogue. You have a good excuse. You want to buy something, so the staff will be happy to respond. Again, you learn all of these with our survival phrases lessons. Okay, let's move on to our last part. Part 3, how to get our conversation cheat sheets. Lastly, I'm going to tell you how to get our collection of conversation cheat sheets for free. With these cheat sheets, you'll be able to talk about all kinds of topics: travel, hobbies, dating, family, weather, and much more, which means you can master a lot of talking points and speak more of your target language. If you'd like to get these cheat sheets, please leave us a comment in the comment section. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to double your speaking time in your target language. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Want to transform your driving time into language learning time? How much time do you spend in your car every day? 30 minutes? More than an hour? Why not put this huge amount of time to good use? Instead of just listening to the radio during your daily commute, you could be learning a new language instead. Here are 3 easy methods for learning a language in your car. You can put them to use right away with the help of our language learning program. First, you can listen to fun audio lessons by real teachers. Listening to lessons while in the car allows you to focus on the road as you listen and learn. In every one of our 3 to 15-minute lessons, our teachers teach you conversations, new phrases, and cultural points. Audio is the only learning medium that lets you learn and drive safely at the same time, so take advantage of all our audio lessons available. Second, you can set your lessons on autoplay and go hands-free. Our autoplay feature lets you keep your hands on the wheel without even reaching for your device. Just set your lessons to autoplay one by one with our Innovative Language 101 app, and never have to interrupt your focus on driving to switch to a new lesson. Third, you can repeat out loud and speak from your very first lesson. You want to speak a new language too, right? Well, you'll start learning conversations minutes into your lessons. All you have to do is listen and repeat out loud. Our teachers take you step by step through all of the words, phrases, translations, and grammar points. You're even prompted to speak out loud and repeat. The result? You understand it all and can speak your new language. Turn your commute into language learning time and have fun at the same time. Learning doesn't have to be a big commitment, like signing up for a college class. It can be fun and easy. In fact, it's as easy as pressing play. Our language learning programs will do the work for you. And with the exposure you get while driving on your daily commute, you'll be speaking and understanding real-life language quickly. The best part? You can finally learn without even changing your schedule. So if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. Learning to carry a conversation is vital to mastery of any language. Even beginners can quickly learn conversational language well enough to carry on real conversations with native speakers. Of course, beginners won't be able to carry a conversation the same way they could in their native language. But just knowing a few tips, like which questions to ask to keep a conversation going, are all you need to speak and interact with real native speakers. Before we get to specific suggestions, let's first take a closer look at how having real conversations in your target language is so vital to your mastery of the language. Communicating with other people is the very point of language, and conversation comes easily in our native tongue. For beginners, or anyone learning a new language, conversations aren't easy at all, and even simple greetings can be intimidating and awkward. Nothing kills a conversation faster than long periods of awkward silence, so you need practice and specific strategies to avoid them. When you know what to say to keep a conversation going, communication becomes much easier, and you make a better impression on your listener. Nothing will help you learn to speak a language faster and truly master the language than having real conversations with native speakers. Conversations quickly expose you to slang, cultural expressions, and vocabulary that force you to absorb and assimilate information faster than any educational setting. And that's a great thing. But how can you possibly have real conversations with real people if you're just starting out? Here are 3 proven methods that even beginners can quickly use to learn conversational language to make a great impression and avoid awkward silences. First, ask questions to keep a conversation going. For beginners and even more advanced speakers, the key is to ask questions to keep a conversation going. Of course, they can't be just random questions, or else you may confuse the listener. But by memorizing a few key questions and the appropriate time to use them, you can easily carry a conversation with minimal vocabulary or experience. And remember, the more conversations you have, the quicker you will learn and master the language. Second, learn core vocabulary terms as quickly as possible. You don't need to memorize thousands of words to learn conversational language. In fact, with just a couple hundred words, you could have a very basic conversation. And by learning maybe 1,000 to 2,000 words, you could carry a conversation with a native speaker about current events, order in restaurants, and even get directions. To help you get started with this, check out our 2,000 common words, also known as our core list. These 2,000 words are all you need to learn to speak fluently and carry a conversation with a native speaker. Third, study video or audio lessons that you can play and replay again and again. If you want to know how to carry on a conversation, then you need exposure to native speakers, and the more, the better. Studying video or audio lessons is ideal because they provide contextualized learning in your native language, and you can play them again and again until you achieve mastery. Our instructors have created more than 2,500 video and audio lessons that you can play over and over. And the best part is, they don't just teach you vocabulary and grammar. They are designed to help you learn to speak and teach you practical everyday topics like shopping, ordering, and more. Although it may seem intimidating for a beginner, the truth is that it's very easy to learn conversational language. Just learn a few core vocabulary terms and which questions to ask to keep a conversation going. Our language learning program has the world's largest online collection of video and audio lessons by real instructors, plus tons of advanced tools to help you learn to speak and carry on a conversation quickly. Just a little practice and exposure to real conversations or lessons is all it really takes. Want the best language learning deal of the year? Today's the day, Black Friday. Just how good is it? Get a massive 51% off Basic, Premium, or Premium Plus. Click the link in the description to get 51% off and get instant access. But there's a catch to this incredible deal. There are only 101 spots, and time is ticking. So you have to act fast to save 51%. Upgrade now and start speaking from your very first lesson. You get hundreds of audio and video lessons by real teachers, personalized courses, in-depth lesson notes, study tools, mobile apps, and with Premium Plus, you can learn one-on-one with your very own teacher. Once the first 101 spots are filled, this deal is gone forever. Get the best language learning deal of the year. 51% off Basic, Premium, or Premium Plus before it's gone. Click the link in the description to get 51% off.
Want to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way? Unlock our entire language learning system right now. Get 30% off all Basic, Premium, and Premium Plus plans. And a bonus Thanksgiving video lesson instantly. Upgrade now and start speaking from your very first lesson. You get hundreds of audio and video lessons by real teachers, personalized courses, in-depth lesson notes, study tools, mobile apps, and much more. Just scroll down to get your 30% off discount and your bonus Thanksgiving gift.
Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.